Hey guys, welcome there to Nuance. I'm Ian, and we are back with more. Oh wait, actually, hold up. Back with more Superman and Lois. So yeah, last episode, we were getting into Lois continuing her treatment while also investigating Mannheim. Very much kind of still putting her life at risk. Whether even though she had a good alibi. Oh, not alibi is the right word. You know what I mean? Cover. I don't know why I didn't say that before. But then Bruno found her. But kind of both directly and then also dodged her question. So, like, directly answered and dodged at the same time. Not. I think he just straight up just dodged her question and then was like, "Hey, I'm, good. Check this part out. Don't pay attention. Don't pay no mind to the other things I did." But I do believe that he thinks he's doing good for the most part. He's not dumb or I don't think he'd be naive enough to, not see the bad things he's done, like the killing. Like John Henry straight up also put, I'm blanking on her name, but his sister's life in danger. So, there's that. Also seeing, Clark, like again, he knew the realness of Lois having cancer and just he knew that it's serious, but like getting like face value, like getting shown directly like what it like in its fullness is, like what the impact it can have is like he already had the weight on his shoulders for that, the fact that he can't do anything about it, and then now seeing like what that can push somebody, even possibly Lois, and the one lady saying that she needs that drive to be able to push past what did she call it? Did you say the voice? Like the pull. That's what she said. She called it the pull. So where did we end off? Oh my god. Well, I completely forgotten about that somehow. First off, the fight with what's his face? I forgot the phasing guy. Really frustrating that Clark didn't just go for the thing on the machine. I mean, he may not have seen it, but I feel like he did. And then they have Bizarro.
He was told the end was inevitable, but Dan had no quit in him. Even as the chemo took his body and the pain became a constant, I sat beside him, took his hand, and I told Dan that it's okay to let go.
If there's anything I can do, lucky for you, I am born and raised right here.
I might take you up on that.
Your next treatment's what, number 3?
4, over halfway.
4 was when my taste buds went to hell. Let me take you out before you can't get anything down. You can ask me all about Hobbs Bay. You okay?
Yeah, fine. Just wasn't for me.
But you said we'd watch a movie.
Well, Dad said that after I won the last hologram fight that I can actually do some saves on my own.
That is not even close to what I said. I'm sure it's what you wanted to hear me say, but... It's your dad. Something's happening with Deadline.
It's been over a month since you found him.
Month.
Maybe he's finally ready to talk.
Month.
Oh, whatever it is, it sounds
Sorry.
urgent.
Can I go just for backup?
Stay here with your mom. We'll talk about your training later.
I've got a costume. I want to use it so bad.
Seems pretty fishy to me.
It's not. He's got tumors everywhere. What did Mannheim do to you?
Please, take me or I'll die.
What if, and I know it's a big if, it's Mannheim, but what if this isn't about powers? What if he's actually trying to keep these guys alive? No, carpet,
Where were you? There was a flash flood in Utah. It was like a wall of water and trees and all kinds of stuff.
Jordan, how many times do I have to say it? No saves without me.
Wait.
No, we still don't know your limits. What if you had gotten hurt or worse?
I told him he could go. I know, I'm sorry. It was just a flood. I thought he'd be okay. And there wasn't time to check with you.
You think you're ready? Tomorrow it's you and me at the fortress.
Yeah? That's awesome. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I'll go shower.
What's the
Carpet!
Sorry.
Oh man, I love those little things.
And Superman's blood in our new subject has incredible potential to reanimate cells.
This is
Ah, there you are.
We either make our move now, or let Superman make his.
We only had one shot.
Then make sure you don't miss.
There's no reason for any of this.
Except for the fact that I have cancer, a disease that killed a man in front of you this morning.
Yeah, I know, but that was different. You were young and strong, and I know you're gonna get through this.
Clark, can you at least consider?
Nope, I don't have to.
Clark, come on.
Look, babe, if you want to have these papers in order and that makes you feel better, fine, but I'm telling you, it's not necessary.
I can't prove it yet, but I think the hospital's a cover for something. Maybe something bad. It's too soon to tell.
You're basing this theory on, what, a feeling?
The same one that has led me to every big story I've ever broken.
I'm not about to argue with Lois Lane, but I mean, the hospital has done so much good for so many. They caught things that my first team missed. If they hadn't, I wouldn't be here. So it's hard for me just to imagine them doing something that could hurt people.
You're right, and I'm sorry.
No, so don't be. Always surprises me how it all comes flooding back.
Nice, Jordan. See, he's gonna brush it under there.
I could do this all day. All right, that wasn't fair.
Fair's got nothing to do with it.
Every time I finish one of your lessons, you just add another.
Because I'm trying to keep you safe and alive. If you would stop fighting me and just listen.
All I've done is listen. I had to do a thing.
What kind of thing?
Just went on a quick hike.
A hike?
Lana, I had plans.
You should have been there with her. And since when do you even hike? In 20 years, you never once... Really?
Jordan, come back here.
Leave me alone.
What's going on?
Dad shot me with a laser.
What?
He's overreacting.
Not if you shot him.
Babe, don't worry, it's fine. And besides, I'm just trying to prepare him for the worst.
Okay, so then it's just different when it comes to me. I'm just saying, you walked out of therapy and you said it wasn't for you. And last night you walked out of our bedroom, refusing to believe that I can die. What is going on with you? Bullets literally bounce off of you, but everyone else on Earth, all the rest of us, could drop dead any moment of any day. And you not acknowledging that that's how it is isn't helping me.
Lois, I'm always going to believe that you're going to beat this. I'm not going to fixate on the alternative being a possibility.
It already is. But you are failing to see that this is my reality. Cancer is my villain, Clark. And you keep acting like it doesn't exist.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm going for a ride. Just please don't follow me. And while I'm gone, maybe apologize to our son for laser beaming him or whatever the hell that was.
Look, I've had a lifetime of experience and plenty of mistakes to become who I am.
Yeah. You had to figure it out by yourself. I have Superman to learn from. There's no better teacher than that. What is it?
Please hurry.
Mom.
Stay here.
Oh no. Onomatopoeia.
Superman. Help me, Superman.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Jordan! Jordan, buddy! cold breath, clap, anything. Oh shit.
Impressive.
That's not real kryptonite. It's synthesized, so you know. Oh, jeez. Bad combo. Oh, come on, Jordan. Anytime, bud. Just weaken him.
We need to call Grandpa.
DOD won't make it in time. You need to help him.
Dad
Toss
said
him
I
up.
wasn't ready.
Then prove him wrong. You can do this, Jordan, and go save your father.
Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Yes. That boy. Take him a quick. Stealth. Well, stealth over, but it's fine. Ooh. Oh! Should have snuck up on her too. Oh, you made a mistake though, because now his son's in danger. You're screwed. You done goofed. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's it. You're done. You messed up. I was pissed. There's no holding back on that one.
Jordan. Come on, Jordan. Come on. Jordan. Jordan, please. Please.
I mean, I don't want to see him go through that, but he kind of needed that.
When he got shot, that was the worst moment of my life. I realized I've been so obsessed with keeping him safe because for the first time I can't keep you safe. I feel really powerless.
Yeah, this is different from anything we've ever faced.
I don't want to lose you. It's terrifying.
Maybe one day I will feel that pull. But you have to know I have every intention of beating this.
And I'm always going to believe that you're going to make it. But I promise you, I will be better at being here for you in whatever way you need me to be. Hi, sorry. I'm,
Clark, of course. I wasn't sure we'd see you again. Please come in.
hearing your story about your husband, telling him to let go. I couldn't fathom saying that to my wife.
Superman's still alive. Can't do this anymore.
That affected the way I dealt with my family. I find myself facing a problem that I can't do anything
His wife
about.
or something? His sister? I was gonna say his shoes. So,
I'm getting worse. I can feel it.
Don't
I
worry.
knew something was up with her!
Lucas.
Yes!
Dear, I'm going to save you.
What I do know is I need to be the best version of me. So I can be there for my wife and my boys in any way they need. So that's why I'm here. To ask for help.
You can't put those things together. Give me a chance to take both in. Or give me time. Oh. Bo. Oh, I should have said ahead of time. I'm testing up a slightly different mic setup. Same setup, or same mics, same system, just positioning them in a different way. Seeing how that sounds. Hopefully it's not too muffled or, you know, I guess, yeah, muffled sounding. But I knew something was up with her. Ah! But I felt bad the first time. I was like, oh, they're, I don't want to think that, they're just, I mean, she is still sick, so it's not like she's faking it. So they're not, that's different. But, like, god dang it. They just seem so prominent. Well, at the very least, she was more, because the other lady wasn't in this episode. She was just in last episode. We didn't see, was she there too? I don't think she'd been here this whole episode. It was just Pia. Onomatopoeia. Ah. Oh. I knew something was off bad. The way, like, she was not putting Lois off the trail per se, but, like, I mean, look, people that are actually getting, treated there, they're obviously they're gonna have some, they're gonna be sympathizing with the hospital with what Bruno's doing. He's helping them, so there's no reason for them to, like, question and to side with Lois immediately. So it was just like, well, maybe she's just being the way she is because she is here. I mean, and then she wasn't, like, aggressive about it, which maybe I felt like possibly should have warned me more, because she's being more understanding. She wasn't pushing too hard, which somebody who had was dealing with cancer would end up dealing with cancer, and the hospital having is what's keeping them alive, like, save them. Apparently her other team, I don't know if that's true, but apparently her other team missed something this hospital caught. So something like that, they would just, like, it would be a gut reaction almost to just, like, bite back at somebody who's questioning the legitimacy of the hospital and the good that they're doing. But she was getting kind of, like, a little, not heated up, but she was getting emotional about it, rightfully so. But then just kind of like, I'm sorry. That just kind of, still kind of hits me. Enough to, like, I mean, I'm sure if she did blow up, Lois would probably still be sympathetic, considering she knows this person's been going through this whole thing for a long time. Like, part of me was still, like, especially during, like, when she was talking to her about the initial part where they were having a scene with her again, and she was like, hey, let's go, your taste buds are gonna go, or I don't know, something about it just felt suspicious, but I also didn't want to be suspicious because I felt bad that I was being suspicious of someone who could just have cancer. I don't know, I mean, it doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like that I was wondering, like, did this person actually have cancer? But they also could have cancer because Bruno's trying to heal somebody. He's testing it on these people so that he can be for sure and not kill Pia, like, or accelerate, I'm assuming, the cancer in her. They mentioned with Bizarro, so they're testing on him. Well, they already have Clark's blood, so it's like carpet. That was so funny. I love, like, even superhero things, and, like, the super element of like, fine, we'll test your powers, tomorrow. Hey, carpet, you're trailing still, dude. Come on. It's just such a fun dynamic that they're having. Okay. So they're using his blood, and so he's just a more better, like, a more direct source of blood than what they had before, because they synthesized his blood from the sample they had gotten. I'm wondering, so I don't know, I'm wondering if they even are, I mean, I feel like they'd have to bring him back anyway. They might test it on him to see if it'll work, or is it the same if he's dead? Like, because, I mean, his blood's not the same, so maybe I wonder if they try to bring him back. I don't know if they even have to. I don't know anything about science in this regard. So, I mean, it's comic stuff. So, like, I don't know I mean, it's not like they can't take some stuff from a. I don't know, man. I just think it'd be cool to have him back, even though I don't think he would be bad because it doesn't change the person. Because Henry Miller and I guess this other guy weren't great people, perhaps. I don't know. The other guy certainly wasn't. Henry Miller wasn't really. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel like you could still maybe I don't know. I don't know how the coming back from the dead after so long would like what that would do to him. Like if that would affect his personality in a way, because it's been known to happen, but that's due to something else, like the Lazarus Pit. So I don't know if it would be any different in this sense. Should I have suspected this Pia lady? I mean, part of me felt suspicious last episode because they were talking to Clark, and I don't know something. But the other woman didn't seem. They don't. Okay, they're not faking it though, and the other lady doesn't have anything to do with this. But the one who does, Pia, she's not faking being sick. I don't know. But man, oh man, oh man, that this whole thing with this whole episode with Clark, like him with the what's her, I can't remember her name, but when did they say her name? They probably did. I feel bad. But the lady who was talking about her husband Dan, that like just hearing it, you could tell it was such a close, like the personality that he had seemed so similar to Lois, and Clark was gonna be latching onto that, and then I wasn't 100% sure how he was gonna act. I thought he was just gonna get kind of like become more distraught. In a way, he was. Obviously, he was more so going the fact of just completely just ignoring it, like not even humoring the idea, which is a weird thing to say in this sense, but like not even like giving it thought, and it was a combination of that and the fact that he can't do anything about it, and that was just so hard for him to fully realize and admit that, and the like how he's been in his head all day, or all month, I guess. Like how that put himself and Jordan in danger, and it hurt. No, okay, there's so much to go about, but like seeing how he had reacted to Jordan, the terror that he felt that he could have led to Jordan's death. Sorry, my edges. Like one that was a dumb. I mean, they don't know it's his son, so it's not like they purposefully made that mistake. But they are not great people. I don't know if he looked like a kid per se. Well, let me get a look at the costume real quick because I didn't. It's a little bit difficult to see. For me currently, I'll put these on now. They just look so funky with the one. But him saying himself that he's been focusing so much on trying to protect Jordan, doing everything he can to make him ready for what'll be out there for him to face, because he can't do anything to protect Lois. Like, he's powerless and can't do anything, and it's just him realizing that and accepting that is not. I mean, for anybody, it's not easy. Like, for people without powers, like as they even showed before, or as Pia mentioned, that her husband, which I'm guessing now that's might be Bruno, sometimes you don't accept it. You can't grasp the idea that this is it or that there's a possibility that your loved one's not going to make it. You don't accept that because you're like, as long as I believe that they'll make it, then there's no way that they're not going to make it. It's just not, I'm just not going to allow it. When you can't do anything about it, like the stubbornness is the only thing you have to hold on to feel like you're, even like the smallest hint, like sensation or feeling that you're doing something, like I'm not going to believe this. I'm not letting this happen. It's just it. But when you're someone like Superman, who can do so many more like miraculous things, basically, but you can't do anything. It's just like. But anyway, sorry. Let me look at this costume really quick. If I can see it. No, go away. Oh, man. Oof. You know, Jordan, I think with all the practice that you had going in, so, alright, you know, it just looks like just a jacket and suit, and the goggles are huge. It's his first costume, though, so, I mean, it's a little bit of, you know, just work on some branding a little bit of add some color to it. I like the back of it. It's a cool design. But, it, you know, it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Utilitarian? That's not right. Functional than anything. It's more sort of like to make sure there's no defining features really. Like the hair is completely concealed. The poof of hair. The only thing really showing is like this, and like if you don't know the kid, that looks freaky. Sorry, the face the mask apparently that they have. So I'm wondering. So they're all getting powers as a side effect, assumedly. I'm wondering, like, is the whatever they're like for the fucking what's his name? Deadline guy. He had that, you know, chest piece. I'm wondering if it like focuses their ability, because like if they have something to focus, because she's got this mask that is what's like, it's like morphing and allowing, but seems to be allowing the sound. I wonder if it like focuses her sound, if without it more so is like just an uproarious like sonic boom, but like the way that the mask like will, like how our vocal cords work. Like it'll alter and shift and change to where basically it's the same thing in 3 different words. Anyway, how it'll flex to change pitches or I can't think of the proper terms right now. I'm sure I'll come up with it during editing, and let it go, that'll do. But to where, you know how some people can do impressions because of the way they work their vocals, their vocal cords. I'm wondering if it's kind of like that because of the fact that she's just got such like maybe a sonic boom power that it can even do to where it'll, you know, make a perfect impersonation of Lois, or just, you know, body piercing sound blasts, and even something that could blast Superman back. And it doesn't help that he's got super hearing, so that sucks. But it appears, I mean, it makes sense, because, I mean, a lot of Superboy versions, because he's half Kryptonian, kryptonite doesn't affect him as much. Like, it still hurt. But it says it didn't, Jordan says it didn't hurt him, but I think it wasn't like the kryptonite itself, it was more so like the impact. But he was out. I mean, he still like he's still growing. Like when Clark was, his powers are growing. He wasn't as durable as he is now. So maybe that's just where Jordan is in the moment. Where something that strong is, because I mean the laser's still kind of hurt. He's still kind of, his durability is still building up. So maybe that's what it was. It was just like the force of the blast was more so what kind of just like, knocked the wind out of him, and kind of knocked him unconscious as well. But yeah, it didn't seem to. Well, I don't know. Wasn't there like veins of of green, or was that just? I wonder why they took so long. But I mean, not that I wanted it. I wonder if he killed that guy. Ugh. I mean, look, it's like it is affecting him. Like his veins are bulging right now. I don't think that's the costume doing that. So I feel like, and I mean, we saw Kryptonite affect him not last season, the first season, when was it the first season? No, I think it was the second. Regardless, like when the Kryptonite gas went from, well, it was on Clark, but then it got on into Jordan, so it does affect him, unless they're just forgetting that part. Sometimes that can happen. There can be some inconsistencies. The fact that it got in his lungs is a bit more direct than this, and again, it's synthesized, but so is the other stuff. Or unless they had actual kryptonite, but then they used. I wonder if they're using actual kryptonite. I'm not really sure. But it does seem to be affecting him. I guess that doesn't affect him as much as normally the case. The same way. Okay. I mean, well, yeah, maybe not the same way. I don't know. Again, Clark, it does seem more durable to kryptonite here. Like it doesn't outright knock him down. Like he was fighting against it here, and then, well, they weren't shooting at him after that. After Jordan knocked them out, so he was able to come back from that. But like, there's some instances where Clark, like, there's like a small piece of kryptonite, he's just like, he's like, oh god. So I don't know, I think this Superman seems to be more, just he has a little more of a tolerance than just outright going down. So maybe the fact that Jordan again is half Kryptonian, he's even more less susceptible than Clark is. Yeah, I'm curious to how much his tolerance is, like, because it does normally still hurt Jordan, and he says it didn't hurt, but I mean, brother, you were out. Okay. I do feel bad for Jonathan. Like, he was even bringing it up, and Jordan was kind of like getting on him earlier in the episode, and then of course at the end, and Jonathan even brought it up to Sophie that he's kind of sort of letting the dust sometimes. And then after, finally, he's been going through this crap with Kyle, kind of, hazing him. And then finally kind of getting a little bit of, little up on the ladder. He's like really hyped and excited. And then Jordan just kind of squashes that, a little bit. Then say, well, Sarah like this or whatever. He's like, wait, yo, bro, what? You hung out with Sarah? It's like, yeah, well, they just were studying, and then they had to find Sophie. I do really feel bad for her. Like, the one that Lana is busy. I understand. I mean, it's kind of hard to balance her new job as mayor and being a mom like that. Like, being a mom alone is already a tough job, and now having to do the mayor thing, and she's like, it's such a new thing. Like, she does have to find balance for that, but that's not something that's easily done, especially when she hasn't had that much experience in doing this kind of thing, the mayor thing. Even though she's doing a pretty good job, all things considered, but it's just, there's a lot to deal with, especially with, the stuff that, that she had apparently uncovered about, I just blanked, George? I already forgot his name. Yikes. Dean. Was it George Dean? Kyle, I understand, bud, you really, if you're gonna be making plans, you gotta let Lana know. I know you're keeping things hidden on the down low for the time being to give more time to the divorce, which I understand, but maybe, I don't know. There was a lot of things that you could have done better, Kyle. Just, if you're not going to be able to go public about this, then maybe, put the plans off later. You could always have hang out with Chrissy some other time. You got parent duties to deal with. I understand that's, especially after having work, you want to have some time, but like, you know how parenting is. I don't know. Lana has a little more of an excuse than Kyle did. Is all I'm saying. When he was talking about like not wanting to hurt his girls, not wanting to, but with the fact that again the divorce happened relatively recently. Like granted they've been separated for a bit now, but then the divorce is recent. Let's see, it's been let's see what the other time was. 3 weeks before last episode, right? Was it 3 weeks that Candace was with them? And then it's been a month since fighting Deadline. I guess it's been at least 2 months, a little less, little more than that. Little. You gotta also take Chrissy's feelings in consideration, but like she's she's not liking the feeling of going behind Lana's back, even though they're divorced. It's just like considering that they're keeping it hidden, it's just like not a good situation. Maybe put y'all's relationship on hold or something if you don't wanna be public about it yet, because you're kind of hurting her in that regard. And then yeah, man, with Lana having to find out another way, that was like that happens. It's not always off. It's not really off. It's not often, but things like that can happen. It was a little bit more CW, but could have been worse. Like there's been CW. There's been a lot worse CW drama. So I mean, I feel like this is okay, And then they're not like a lot of times when that kind of crap happens, like hey, with what happened, maybe I don't think we should be seeing each other. Whether it would be Chrissy saying that or Kyle, which I didn't get I didn't even get the idea that Kyle was going there to break up with her. So I mean, but they're going instead of like, well, she found out, so let's just go ahead and be public about it now. It's like that's out of the way. Might as well go public about it. They do seem to like each other, so, and it doesn't seem like it's necessarily like it might have started out as just like comfort, but I think they do actually like each other, so that's nice. They both deserve somebody, and Kyle's been especially kind of feeling down about his decisions and everything. So it's been some time. I think he deserves to have somebody. Again, I do think that maybe they should have waited since after the divorce a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, 2 months. Is that I don't know. But yeah, not that bad drama. It could be worse. I mean, we don't know what how she's gonna be, towards this whole thing. Again, they are divorced. It's always a sticky situation whenever the parents have been separated, when they've been separated and then start seeing somebody else. Especially, I don't know how Lana feels about Kyle. Like, she said it last season that they just don't. She doesn't necessarily feel like she wants to be back with Kyle. So I don't know. I feel like that might be the end for that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully if they do write them in the direction of starting to get back together, hopefully they do it well and not in a, CW way. I don't know. I hope I have confidence in this show's writing. I just hope that but a lot of all shows are susceptible to making mistakes. So we'll see where this goes. I did think it was cute, funny, even like, yeah, I guess it was a fight. A disagreement, with Lois and Clark, when she was, bringing out the fact that you're completely ignoring, this part isn't the cute part, but, the disagreement of them being, of him ignoring that, the possibility that she could die, and that she could die at any moment because they're not Kryptonian. They're not nearly invincible like Clark is. But then leaving, she's like, I need to go for a walk, or I forgot what she said, walk or drive. Please don't follow me. She was pretty calm about it. She's like, just please, I need some time. But why don't you go apologize to Jordan for shooting with lasers or whatever the heck that's about? I mean, they're not cute. I thought it was funny. Just like in this whole kind of scenario, she's like, whatever the heck is going on there, that you were shooting our son with lasers. Just such a unique, combination of events that they're dealing with. They're dealing with like normal, like serious, and heavy situations, while there's also the like, you shot our son with lasers. It's just so, especially again the thing like when he flew back after from dealing with the flood, and saving people. Clark Kent will be like, yo, what the heck? And Lois is like, I'm sorry, I told him because, there wasn't time for you to, to let you in on this, to ask you, and I figured he could handle a flood. I'm sorry. But there was like, yo, mud, brother, the carpet. You can fly, Jordan. Hover, my guy, at the very least. Or even like super, like fly fast. Oh, maybe not fly fast. Well, Clark does it all the time. And Jordan's done it too, just flying out of the house. I feel like, anyway, I think those moments are so funny where it's like it's both like just family, like parents dealing with a kid, but with powers. It's just a funny mix, and they do it so well, and it's just so fun. Considering that Deadline was gonna die, or that he died. That he was gonna die. For the fact that he was gonna die, I feel like he could have at least, I know it sucks that he died. I feel bad for the kids, the family. I feel like he could have said something to Superman. He's like, he knows that Mannheim's not gonna save him, so he's like, well, so this is what's going on, man. Do something about it at least, since he's not gonna help me. I'll give you the information. But maybe he'll bring him back, because he's able to bring people back apparently. That's kind of, I wasn't sure if he was just gonna let him die. I mean, of course it's not gonna be that easy to where he's like, oh, this guy that I gave powers to is here in an event. Well, he knows now, so it is still a side effect, but he's not like, oh god, I gave him powers. Anyway, sorry. But he's not like gonna like now confirm to Superman that, yeah, I am indeed involved with giving these people powers, these people that are terminally ill, because they have no proof currently, and if he were to just up and fix the guy temporarily, that'd be it. I just wasn't sure. Maybe I don't know what he would have done, what else he could have done. But look, like, if it has, he's not gonna put consider his what's the word I'm looking for? His progress in jeopardy just to save this guy that was merely a test subject. This guy should have known that he wasn't gonna help him. I don't know. I don't know what they tell these people whenever they, give them stuff to keep them alive, to help them. But they do his work for however long they're fine. Well, so I was gonna say, now I know Lois, Ellie she's talking to is working for Bruno, so it's like, again, she doesn't want Lois to undo everything that they're working on, they've been working towards, but also Lois does need to be a little more tactful sometimes. I mean, she can be tactful, but I feel like with dealing with somebody who, as far as she knows, is just a cancer patient. Cancer patient. Shouldn't bring up like, hey, so this hospital is doing some bad stuff. I know you've been here and they've been treating you and helping you and keeping you alive, but hate to break it to you, you know, maybe ease up on that real quick, you know? God, that food looked good. I was kind of not full. I was trying to get the whole thing of Clark at the group therapy, but like the shock of what I should have realized. I'm wondering how many people did everybody. I have no idea what's. I wonder if Lois is realizing it, because like he's sitting there like he's like he's with somebody who has that is such a crazy mask. Like he's having dinner with his spouse or somebody that he's close with that's dealing with cancer. So I'm wondering if she's like realizing that has somebody there, and maybe connecting. I mean, how? Because she said that her husband. I don't know. I don't know how she would be connecting the two, because there's not really much of there's not any public connection. So, but she seemed like she's really focusing on the picture of him, like where it's just, he's been cut. It's just him. There's nobody else. Like it might have been cropped out. I don't know. Man, they can't do that, man. They can't give me that where I feel stupid for not. I feel like it's so obvious. Probably was. And then give me this emotional thing with Clark of him wanting to be better for Lois and the kids and asking for help. That's gotta be crazy. Superman asking for help and like actually like really needing it, to be someone who can accept the possibilities and be there for them regardless. Like, not necessarily regardless, you know what I mean, but like still be there for them, still be the support they need while not ignoring a completely different, like the dark side of possibility, Anyway, I'm kind of babbling on that too much, but man, it's gonna be such a heavy journey for both of them in so many different ways. They can't kill Lois, right? Like I would. Like I know this probably the show has to end eventually or soon-ish, because of the whole thing going on with I blanked real bad, or I'm blanking because it's not back. Shoot, oh my god. I can't for the life of me get his name. I might have to look it up. I gotta look it up. Holy crap. Jesus. James Gunn. Christ. Oh. I need some sleep. But yeah, with that, this has got to end, so maybe they end early. Maybe not end the season with Lois dying like she died. Maybe dies before the season ends, and then them kind of like working towards going on, being there for each other. And I just don't know how they can't end it like that. That's just not. I mean, yeah, it would be real, but they've also come out of it. I mean, cancer patients have also. I don't know. I'm going to say she's not going to die. Just because normally main character, well, yeah, it's the season. Yeah, she's not gonna die. I'm worse than Clark right now. But yeah, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Superman and Lois. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm so mad. I really feel like I should have known that was onomatopoeia. Well, I don't know if I maybe should have known, but at the very least know that she was working in a way to... Whatever. See you guys next week.